Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be installing Commodore 64. Now before we get started, if you purchased a machine from me in the past few weeks, you already have this update, so you can go ahead and skip this video and actually go ahead and take a look at the description of the video. There's going to be a link there, and that's going to be for another video that is just going to show you how to navigate the system and show you some tricks and tips and things like that. So skip this one, take a look at that one. For everybody else, if you have my machine, if you've had it for a while, stick around and just follow along. Normally I provide a link to the files in the description as well that you're going to need for this update. I'm not going to be doing that anymore for a number of reasons, but all you need to know is that if you want to go ahead and perform this update, just go ahead and send me an email at arcade1machines.com and I'll go ahead and provide you the files that you need. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. First thing you want to do as usual is press Ctrl-Shift-Escape. Go ahead and select Hyperspin over here in the first Applications tab. Do End Task. You will not have this background. It'll be black, so you will need to do New Task. It should already say Explorer. If not, type it in, hit OK. At that point, you will get this desktop. And then the first thing you should do after downloading the file from me that I'm going to give you, you should download that on a separate computer if you can, because space is tight on this one and you're going to need to unzip it, and there might not be enough space here to do that. So this is the file you're going to get, is Commodore 64.7zip. You can unzip that on your other computer and you'll end up with this folder here, Commodore 64. You can drop that on a thumb drive like I have here, and then go ahead and bring it over to your arcade PC and insert it in there so you can access that folder. But before that, you should definitely back up your existing rocket launcher folder. So if you open up a window from this shortcut down here next to the start menu, this folder, this yellow folder, go ahead and click on that. If you click then on the rocket launcher folder on the left here, it's going to take you into all the rocket launcher files. So if you back up once and click arcade, there's the main folder. Highly suggest that you right click, copy, and then go ahead and paste it into your thumb drive. So go over here and do paste. That way you have a backup of this entire rocket launcher folder. So if something goes wrong during the update, you can always just drag that entire folder back over here to this folder and everything will be restored just like it was before you did the update. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, what you're going to want to do is let's open up two windows here. I'm going to go to computer, drag that over. Okay, so you're going to want to go to your D drive over here. You're going to see that you have an arcade folder. And then, like I said, if you have this update that I'm going to give you on a thumb drive, you go ahead and access it. It's already unzipped. So there it is, Commodore 64. You're going to go into that folder and you're going to have also an arcade folder in there. And all you have to do is drag that arcade folder over to this right side here to the D drive. And basically that's going to update everything that you need. Now, I don't typically do this kind of update because I'm just cautious and I like to do things manually. So in the past, as you guys know, I've given you all the separate folders and had you drag each one individually over. Now, in this one, I did an all-inclusive, so you just have to drag it over once. But again, it's going to be fine, but just in case, make sure you back up that rocket launcher folder. All right, so let's go ahead and do it. We're going to drag it over and it's going to ask you if you want to merge it. You're going to say yes. And any other prompts that appear that ask if you want to merge or overwrite files, you want to say yes to all of those. So we're just going to give it some time here to copy everything over. And I'm probably just going to fast forward this video and just go over to when everything is copied over. Okay, so when everything is copied over, remember to say yes to any prompts that ask if you want to overwrite or merge the folders. So say yes to all of them. Now, once that is done, you just have to do one more thing. You're going to go into this C64db entry.txt Open that. You're going to copy this line here. Okay, then you're going to go to Start menu, open up Notepad++, and go to File, Open. And then on the left here, go to Databases, look for Main Menu, go into that folder, and double click main menu.xml. Double click or highlight it and hit open. Okay, so this is the list of all of the systems that are on the machine. So in here, you can put that entry that we copied wherever you want Commodore 64 to appear. So let's say we're going to put it after, it doesn't matter where you put it. I'm just looking for the other Commodore system. Do a search. Okay, well, I already have it in here because I already did this before. I put it right up here. You can put it wherever you want. So what you would do is click, let's say you wanted to put it after ScumVM. Click there, enter, paste it. And I'm just going to go over here and back it up so it's even with everything. It doesn't really matter, but so do that and then go over here to the floppy icon on the top here, save, click that, and that's it. So now it's going to appear after ScumVM. Now I'm going to remove it because mine is already up there. Save that again. And that is all you have to do. So once that is done, you can close this out, close everything out. And if you open up Rocket Launcher, you're going to see that Commodore 64 is in there now and everything's already configured. So that is all you have to do to install this update. Like I said before, take a look at the video in the description after you're done installing this update, because I will have a tutorial on there. It's basically like a system manual, and that's going to show you, how everything is configured with Commodore 64. This is something I'm going to do for a bunch of systems, especially more complicated ones like this, because for any of you guys that are familiar with Commodore 64, and I'm definitely not an expert, this system is definitely before my time. But I've gotten pretty familiar with it, enough to configure everything and sort of know what I'm talking about. But if you guys are familiar with it, you'll know that it's kind of a complicated system. It's not as simple as a Nintendo or Super Nintendo, where you just, everything is very simple. You have a start and a select and, your regular buttons. This one is a keyboard-based system, and you could also use joysticks. And there are games where you have to press numbers to select different menu items, and there's like a caps lock key that does certain things, and because this came with a keyboard, so it's pretty complicated. And if you're familiar with the original one, you should be good to go. And again, I'm going to explain some of the things in my other video, but yeah, just know that you kind of have to know what you're doing with this one and be familiar with the system. If this is new to you, it's going to be a little bit tricky. So I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.